Hi everyone, welcome back to my series on all the ciphers you need to know for Codebusters to ace your science Olympiad competitions. And so this time what we're going to be looking at is going to be called the Baconian Cipher. And just some quick history, the Baconian Cipher was created by someone called Sir Francis Bacon. Without further ado, let's dive into the Baconian Cipher. And so there's a little bit of a math aspect to the Baconian Cipher, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So, if you guys have ever learned about something called the base 2, that is used in the Baconian cipher. And basically what it is that each of these letters represents one number. Okay, so A is 0 and Z is 23. Okay, and the reason it's 23 not 25 is because U and V and I and J are decoded by the same combination of letters. And so if we imagine all A's to be 0 and all B's to be 1s, we get an easy formula for base 2. So this is obviously going to be 0, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 2, right? If we imagine base 2, this last digit always represents 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. And so what it would look like is, it would be 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And so if we go a little further, if we take, for example, P, we have 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. So that means our P is the number 14. If we go to the very last one, Z, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, we get 16 plus 4, 20, 20 plus 2, 22, and then 23. So that's just the math aspect. You don't need to worry about it too much. But let's actually figure out on how we solve these ciphers. And so each of these letters, as you can see, is going to depict either an A or an B. And this varies per question. I mean, if you take a look at this question, we have N's and T's. The next question, we have this weird, like, hieroglyphics type of thing. And so the first step that you always want to do, and I've already done it for the first line or so, is that you want to split up your blocks of letters into groups of 5. And the reason why we do this is all of our combinations of A and B are all in blocks of 5. And I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when we first looked at the graph. Let me just split all of these up really quick. There we go. And by the way, this table right here is provided to you as part of your notes sheet, so don't worry about it. And so now, the key thing that I want to look for is, are there any combinations where, let's take, for example, that N is A and T is B, right? Are there any combinations where N as A and T as B does not make sense? And so the most obvious thing to look for is probably just going to be where if you see T, 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 T 5 times in a row, because that doesn't exist in Baconian. And so if we take a look, can we see 5 T's in a row? Not really. Okay, so then the best way is just to brute force this. We start solving with N as A and T as B, and if it turns out to be wrong, we'll just switch it and then figure out where to go from there. So if we start with N as A and T as B, we end up getting here is, take a look, we get A, B, B, A, B. A, B, B, A, B, so that's an O. And then we get B, B, A, A, A. Okay, so that does not exist, because we can look at this column. So B, B, A, A, A does not exist. And so therefore we know that N cannot be A and T cannot be B. So we switch it. N is B, T is A. So BAA, BAA, BA is T. AABBB, AABBB is H. So that's probably going to be the. And then we have AAA, let's see, AAABA. So AAABA is going to be C. If we keep solving like this, I think it's pretty obvious. I hope you guys get the idea. But if we keep solving like this, we'll end up getting a cipher message. Let me just pull up what it's actually supposed to be so that you guys can get an idea. If you want, feel free to pause the video right here and see if you can figure out the rest of this yourself. But let me just take a look at the answers here. Okay, so hopefully you guys pause the video here. And I got the answers almost pulled up. Okay, yeah. So our guess of N being A and T being N being B and T being A is correct. And what we get is the cup is filled with tree feet. Okay. So I hope that's pretty easy to understand. The next one is this question. It's a little bit harder, but for you guys to figure out the difference, that this is one alphabet and this is another alphabet. And so I want you guys to give your shot on trying to solve this out. But one key thing I want you to look at is the fact that we have 5 of these alphabets in a row. And so that makes it pretty obvious which alphabet is which, and you can solve from there. So I want you guys to pause the video right here, make sure to pay attention to this, and see if you can solve it yourself. Okay, so hopefully you solved it yourself. If you hadn't figured out, this is going to be your A. What's the other one? This or something. This is going to be your B. And that's because you're never going to have B, 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 B ever. It's always only going to be A. And so let me just write the answers out real quick for this one. It's going to be, I will never apologize for these Baconian ciphers. Okay, cool. So hopefully you guys were able to understand what the Baconian cipher is from this video and get a little bit of practice from the 2 questions. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. I wish you luck in your tests. And please remember to like, subscribe, and comment to this video. Yeah, see you.